Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started talking about the SH Figuarts Avengers Assemble Hulk. I was about to call it just Avengers Hulk, but it's Avengers Symbol Edition Hulk. Either way, we're here to talk about the Hulk. Yeah, I've had a great time playing with him. Everyone knows that I loved Infinity War Hulk. It was probably my favorite Hulk to date, and the reason why that was because it had articulation. This one improves on that by adding even more articulation, a new neck joint, and articulated finger, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'm always down for more Hulks. I think Hulk deserves to get more love instead of an ice cream flavor like in the Avengers movies. So I'm here for it. Especially if you aren't, please read Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. It has been a genius run. Then we got Donny Cates taking over with Ryan Ottley soon. It's going to be a great time. I think it's a good time to be reading Hulk comics. But yeah, let's talk about how Hulk looks absolutely fantastic. As you can see, he can get posed up very easily. It's one of those things where I wanted to start off with a pose, but if I stand him straight up, he probably won't even fit directly in the frame. So let's get that. Let's try to do that very quickly. I'll have to back up a little bit. I'll back up Hulk just a tiny bit. But I'm going to back up Hulk. Yeah, I'm going to back him up. So we can see how Hulk looks. And yeah, he stands really nicely. He looks up. He has the posture. People may not like the fact that you can't fit the arms down flat. I don't think that's too much of an issue. But it may be for some people, you know. But I don't think Hulk really had them ever like flat. I don't even like character design schematics. But yeah, this guy is dope. Now, the one thing about it is, I do think that some people are going to be bothered because they're going to feel like the face sculpt is off. I personally believe if you look back at the 2012 movies, it's really, really close. Is it perfect? No, but I do think that it's really close. But that's my opinion. Everyone's going to have their own, you know. So, as you can see here, looking really good. Now, articulation-wise, this is where it gets fun for me. For the record, I just want you guys to know, the head pops off very easily. And that's not necessarily a bad thing in this case. It keeps it from causing that friction between the neck and the head. But, you know, if it feels like it's dangling around, that's just it sitting on a ball joint, looking real pretty for you. Now, Hulk has neck articulation, which goes backwards and forwards. This will help with looking up. As you can see, Hulk probably can look up the best that I've seen in a long time. I don't even think Thor can do that because of his hair getting in the way. So Hulk can actually look up. We can tilt left and right. We have butterfly joint in our arms. They go backwards and forwards. We hit T-pose. T-pose formation, says the Hulk. Most importantly, the real updated thing that we have is going to be our bicep swivel that tons of people complained about before, Hulk not having. Hulk now has bicep swivel. And we have a rotating joint in here, allowing for even more extra movement. So Hulk can actually get really nice forward and upward articulation. Hulk is also double jointed, so Hulk can actually do Hulk smash. Oh, wait a second, I just thought about a move. So if you've ever played Marvel vs. Capcom, many of us have, you can do the move where you gamma toss. See, I even did it like the game with you just repeatedly do it and spam it, gamma. So you can actually do that move now. You can actually look like you are jumping at an opponent and about to crush them from above, which is very dope. We can actually tilt side to side as well too. We don't get a whole lot of side to side tiltment, but we do get a really nice forward ab crunch. It's double jointed here, and they left room so that way there's no crazy opening or gaps for those of you that care about that kind of stuff. And backwards, we don't get a lot of movement, but here in the abdomen section, you see that little gap? You can actually push down and close that. I'll push it up to get a little bit more articulation for your ab crunch. So I think they thought of a lot for this Hulk, improving on their Infinity War one. We can actually lift our leg up. Yeah, we can lift it up. I didn't want to push it too far, but we can actually lift up. We can go outward as well. We do have a thigh swivel. It's pretty tight, but it's there. And we are double jointed. So, like I said, this is quite possibly one of the most impressive Hulks made. Our ankle pivot can rotate outward, can rotate inward, and we have toe pivot. So yeah, Hulk getting busy in these streets. Like, I'm not going front. Let me see if I can pose him up as some crazy. Yeah, this is dope. Oh, so his wrist movement, before I forget, has a really big joint. Because you know, he's a much larger character. So he just has a big ball joint that allows it to rotate. So yeah, we have a lot of movement here. This is really nice. Even if we spread his legs really far, Hulk can almost flatly touch the floor. And if you just don't like the way the leg movement is, or you just don't care, his feet can flatly touch the floor, which is really, really nice. And this whole time I have not been looking at the screen, so I'm sorry, y'all. Very sorry in advance. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, accessory-wise, Hulk doesn't come with a lot, and I think that's kind of okay. But what he does come with is actually pretty important. I think this is also one of the most expressive Hulks that you'll get. So here we are. We will get a yelling sculpt. So here's our yelling head. I think it looks good. It even has like the squinched face in. Really nicely done. Then, one of my personal favorites is going to be the crazy weird smirk face. I'm going to try to put some more light on it, because I really do like the crazy smirk face. I really do. And some people were saying that it's not really well done. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, this looks pretty accurate to me. Even if you don't want to count it as a movie sculpt, it looks really good as a Bruce Jones run with Lee Weeks, which is really nicely done. And I enjoyed that Hulk run a lot. Boiling Point was a great story. Then we have these open palm Hulk hands for Hulk to grab you with, or look, doing action hands, or doing whatever it is. But the newest addition to Hulk, and I think this is really important, is we have these kind of gripping hands. These actually come with posable thumb and a posable index finger. So you can point if you want to do like the pinching, like when he picks up Loki by the clothing. Oh wait, I just got y'all, didn't I? Yeah, I got you. So, yeah, I really like this Hulk a lot. The fingers are soft too, so you can do gripping stuff. Or if you want to get like really crazy, if you have like some crazy 1/6 scale weapons and you want to give them the Hulk to just look crazy, you can do it, because you can technically turn this into a trigger hand. So, me personally, probably one of the best articulated Hulks we'll ever get, and I love everything about it. But everyone knows my preference is articulation. If you're talking about looks and you want to talk about aesthetic, and if it's too many moving parts for you, this may not be for you. And I think that's fair, because everyone does have their preferences and they got to do what works for them. But for me, an articulated Hulk is an excellent Hulk, so I'm going to give it praise for that. As far as aesthetics go, I like the looks of it, so I'm not going to complain too much. But yeah, let us jump into the size comparison and see how Hulk stacks up size-wise. Let's get to it. Hey, now it's size comparison time. I do not have all my Hulks in front of me, so if I miss something, I'm not sorry, because I'm not looking for it. I have a lot of stuff to go through, and I just don't have the time. But I will compare as many as I can that I had in front of me, and it's only fair that I try as many as I can. First things first, let's do a bunch of different Hulks. So here we have Infinity War Hulk, right? And this is like by far one of my favorite Hulks. Even got the CJ outfit for him. And as you can see, that Hulk is slightly bigger. It has the more muscular definition. This one is smaller, more round, kind of like that 2012 look. It is accurate to its time. But I really do like the 2012 Hulk. I really do. It just, something about it just stacks up really nicely for me. I mean, it may not have the muscle, but it definitely has the Bruce Jones Hulk look. Besides, he does have purple pants, right? Let's move him out of the way, and we're going to compare a different Hulk. This time it's going to be Tiny Little Smart Hulk, because Tiny Hulk is tiny smart. You know. I'm going to call that my Professor Hulk. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of this one. I thought it would be much better, but they kind of just skimped out on him. Mostly because he didn't do all that much. Here we have our Marvel Legends Hulk, which is probably going to be our biggest Hulk that I own, because I don't have the Marvel Select one. And this Hulk is your great big green guy from Marvel Legends. It is a dope figure. I think the only thing that's missing from this in terms of a comic Hulk is going to be the fact that it does not have any sort of forward butterfly joint. And I'm assuming they didn't want to break that joint there, but that would have made this excellent Hulk an even better one. Let's take these guys away. Now we're going to try some other bigger figures. Let's try Zenmu. And Zenmu is currently made an appearance in the Immortal Hulk run by Al Ewing that I've mentioned earlier in this review. Zenmu is perfect for this Hulk. Great in size, looks like he is ready to battle Hulk. I would totally love to do some photos between these two. Speaking of, a little segue, if you own the Demonic Pooh Creations Hulk head, just want you to know, if you already own it for the SHF, you can pretty much just use some sticky tack, pop it on there, and you have a smaller version of your Immortal Hulk, which I like because now you can, if you're reading Immortal Hulk, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil anything. So, yeah. Let's pop this head back on. Let's move Zenmu. Now we're going to move into the Sentinel Hulkbuster. Mine is all worn out from playing with it so much, like really like a lot. But I do think that this Hulkbuster looks really good next to this Hulk. It has that towering effect of being bigger. So let's move this guy. And in case you wanted to do the Mafex one, I always have my Mafex on display because the die cast on my other one, I just like to keep that away. But here is the Mafex Hulkbuster, which is pretty much about the same size as the SHF. So you have that. Now we're going to compare some other Avengers. So here we have the... Oop, got some plastic still in you from your wrapping. Here we have the SHF Mark 7, right? We have the SHF Avengers Assemble Thor. And here we have the Avengers Assemble Captain America. And now we have a nice little group so far. You know what I mean? This is a nicely... It looks really good. These guys actually do look good together. Now I'm excited for Black Widow and Hawkeye, who were announced very recently. I mean, I think as I'm doing this, it was announced, what, 2-3 days ago? Here's an SHF Kamen Rider Cougar. Don't fall, buddy. Oh, you know what? Here is a stand-in Black Widow that I have, because the Avengers one only got announced. Then we'll do some other stuff. So let's mix and match. Here is a Marvel Legends Beta Ray Bill, who's a big guy, but still smaller than the Hulk. And that's why I like the look of this. Here we are with a G.I. Joe Cobra Infantryman. Here is a Lightning Collection Black Ranger. Here is, this one might be a good one, because this never actually, I don't think these ever two share a screen. But here is the Mafex Black Panther. He does have a custom cloak, but if you want to get him in there you go. All these guys are just smaller than the Hulk, but it's nice to see what they would look like. Next up, we'll do a Mezco Me on a Gomez body. We'll do we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. Because Hulk can battle demonic ninjas if he felt like it, if he felt like visiting Tokyo. And here is a Mythic Legions Barbarian. All smaller than the Hulk. But yeah, this has been a fun ride. Hulk has been fun to play with. Has that nice level and range of articulation. But again, if it's not one of those things where you think the likeness is for you, the break in the sculpt is not for you, you have choices to make depending on what you want to do. But me personally, this is 100% for me. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the photos at the end. Hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water. Oh, yeah, and read comics. Yeah, read more comics. Later.